We are going to talk real quick about the Halborn audit. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Again, let me know, boys, if this drops out. So for those of you who are wondering, I'm just going to actually put this up. I had it prepared. Here it is. If you go to Axion.network and you just click on the tab on our website, or you can see here's the link. You can actually go through and look through the entire audit results yourself. So we published the entire audit, including the link to the Halborn GitHub, where they have the official link in case you guys want to view it directly from them. So it is 77 pages. So if you want to have some interesting bedtime reading, feel free to open up the audit. And I'm sure it'll be very entertaining. So one of the things that we wanted to just kind of highlight for you guys is pretty cool, is that we engaged Halborn to conduct a security assessment beginning on September 9th and ending on October 7th. So it was 1 month. And you can see down here, the team at Halborn was provided 4 weeks, and they had a full-time security engineer who went over this. The purpose of the audit was to achieve the following: that all the nameless contract functions are operating as intended, and to identify any potential security issues with the assets that were provided. And in summary, Halborn identified several security risks that were mostly addressed by the Axion network team. We'll talk about that mostly addressed in just a second. So the test approach and methodology, they go into how they did it, what they looked at, the risk scale, the likelihood from critical, which is this purple category, all the way down to informational, which is this, hey, here's some relevant information for you guys, as well as the scope of all the things that they checked. All the different smart contracts. So you can see here, these are the different smart contracts that are operating on the network, and where they come from. If you look here, this is the actual assessment overview. This is the most important thing. You can see there are 0 critical errors, which is awesome. That's a huge nod to the development team who has built some seriously awesome code, and 0 high priority. So that means that there are no critical errors, no critical findings, no high priority errors or findings. And as well as here, there are 3 medium findings, 8 low findings, and 5 informational. So the team, and they actually break down what each one of these are and how they worked. You can see there was a couple of medium priority issues, and these 3 things were solved. Actually, Delhi told me that under an hour, the team had read over the whole report, had fixed all of the issues that were presented here as the medium, and resubmitted to the team. So these issues are actually incredibly small, and actually mostly outside of the use case of anything. They had to do with backwards compatibility. And as you can see, some of the stuff is not applicable, and all the rest of these issues were solved. So for those of you who are wondering about the stuff that says not applicable, partially solved, or the medium risk errors, that is primarily due to the fact that when the team originally started working on Axion v3, what they were trying to do is build in backwards compatibility for Axion v1 and Axion v2 stakes. Which meant that Axion v3 needed to fully interface with people who had v1 stakes. Now, we had talked as a team about upgrading all of the Axion ecosystem on Ethereum to v3. So we would upgrade everybody's stakes on their behalf. And we looked at it, and it was going to cost us about $350,000 in Ethereum fees in order to update everyone to v3. And obviously would be a huge expenditure that the team is not prepared for. And so instead of force upgrading, we had to build in backward compatibility. But when we're launching on Polygon, because of the incredibly cheap fees there, we are able to upgrade everybody from Axion v1 to Axion v3 stakes. And according to Delhi, when he talked about it to me last week, it was going to cost us about $50. So it's going to cost Axion $50 to upgrade everyone to v3 stakes. So in doing so, all of the code that had to do with backwards compatibility was able to be removed, which got rid of all of the issues that Halborn raised. And then Halborn, just in case anybody's wondering, they actually did an audit on the Axion code that does not include backwards compatibility, and it all came through free and clear. And that code is actually included on all of this information. So in terms of the fundamental ability for the project to launch on Polygon, knowing that it is safe, secure, fully audited, ready to go, we got the thumbs up from Halborn and the thumbs up from the dev team, and so now there are no technical blockers preventing us from launching on the Polygon network, which is pretty awesome. So for those of you who are wondering and want to check more, you can look at that by going to the link as I've had up this whole time. I'll take that off. Going to the website. But otherwise, this is a huge accomplishment for the team, and we're all really, really excited about the fact that this audit came through so well. So huge kudos to the dev team. Did Just Loose, did you want to mention anything on the audit since you're here?
I think you covered it pretty well. Yeah, as you said, of course, if anybody wants to check out any part of it, feel free to do so. You can go to the Axion GitHub and view all of the contract code yourself right there. And yeah, you can go through and see that there are, as Joel said, there are no blockers for launch.